Nick, what's your topic, man? Let's move on. Wesley, get ready to draw.
I'm a big sports guy, so I was gonna talk about how they should expand the college football
What
playoff.
types of big sports do you play?
Big sports I play?
Yeah, you're a big
sports
guy.
guy.
Oh, I used to play a lot of
Are
football.
there
Some around here might say huge sports.
giant person sports or?
That would be pretty cool.
No, that's the New York football team.
Or the San Francisco baseball team.
Fair point.
True. Doing way better than the Twins, but
That doesn't take much.
That doesn't take much at all.
but anyways,
Twins bad.
No, I like to watch a lot of college football, and recently they've been talking about expanding the playoffs to 8 teams, and I think they should just cut all the bowls out and just do like what the FCS do. Just take the 16 best teams and seed the 4 highest teams in different parts of the bracket to make them have a better chance to win it all.
I think I agree. Bowls are stupid. I say go more than 16 teams.
Well, I looked at the FCS.
Put some crazy
let's March Madness this thing.
That's what I'm saying. You probably can't go that big,
but you can't. But you got to think here.
That's when you get the crazy upset games, though.
I know, but
you
then,
give people chances.
But you got to look at all the other teams because you could dominate in one team, be undefeated, but you got all these other teams in that one conference that go like 8-4 or something like that.
Okay.
So just Kevin, what are you guys doing?
They're trying to figure out what West needs to draw. I thought they were like motioning at your like ranking system, and I was like, "Are we gonna like CGI in a ranking?" Like,
but no, I was just thinking like you take the conference winner out of all the 11 conferences in the BCS, and then you take the 5 at large, and then there you go. There's your teams.
Full-fledged tournament. That's what I want.
Yeah. That would be pretty
cool.
cool.
The problem is with a full-fledged tournament, though, with football, is it's so physical that you can't play like 3 games in a week.
No, you can't.
You have to spread it out, obviously.
Yeah, so
they can make even more money off of it.
You play 1 game a week.
Yeah.
The issue is that a lot of people bring up is football seasons are very rough because, you beat up on each other for 60 minutes. So, yes, 1 game a week, but do you shorten the regular season then at that point?
No.
Just put down the conference games and maybe 1 non-conference game. And I would say they should rank it that...
Not everyone's going to be playing so many games.
Yeah.
But
it's going to be what? Alabama, Clemson?
I would look at it like...
Hopefully they get injured. We're fine with that.
Like, you got to look at the Big 5, like the Power 5 schools.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're all stacked conferences.
Iowa.
Maybe Pac-12. Pac-12 is not that great, but I would say, like, then it would, like, make these smaller schools, like, kind of reach out to the bigger schools maybe, or maybe try to find a different, like, a top, like, 10 team ranked in the BCS rankings to make it like a better game for them, to get like a better schedule so that if they do win, then it puts them as a better seed in the tournament or something like that.
And I think you do have to do, oh gosh, what is happening over there? Anyway,
I'll take that back.
This happened to me.
There's nothing there yet. There's nothing there yet.
I don't know what you were
It looks
drawing.
like a bed.
Oh God! What is,
It looks like a looks like a
I don't know if we
mutilated
can
bed.
show that on Twitch.
But
wow,
That is bad.
I don't know if we can show that on Twitch.
Anyway,
It was literally just like
instead of a round number,
elongated circle with another square on it.
Tim,
I was
gonna say-
we'll just talk to him.
I was trying to draw yours, tell me to draw, but I can't. I
instead
have
of a
no
square
artistic
tournament
skill.
where it was like 16 or 32 or whatever, I would say like 12 or 24. Like reward those that did very well with like a first round bye or something.
Sure, that's fine.
Like I've
That's
heard,
what I was trying to look
I've
for,
heard
but-
12 recently is the number they're looking at. So like the top
then-
4 would get a bye.
But then they're just going to keep expanding it more and more and more.
Just give some smaller schools a chance.
Yeah,
you
so
know?
I think what the 12 was going to work right now, just because it's something, but I heard like the 5 conference champions get in. You guarantee one of the smaller conferences teams gets in, and then you have like, what does that leave, like 6 at large?
Yeah.
The more at large, the better.
But then
obviously.
you got to think though, maybe the SEC was stacked that year. Like
Then you put
everybody
more-
was ranked in the top 25.
Then you
gotta
put in
think-
more SEC teams.
But then you get knocked out like that one little team that just had like an amazing season and they only lost to the conference champ.
That's why you guarantee there's never going to be a perfect system.
I know,
like
but-
even college basketball, there's 68 teams that get in.
Yeah, but
The team number 69, team number 70, they're like, well, what about us? There's always going to be.
Well, also we see a lot of other teams that we don't
What
see
about
at
them?
all.
Do better.
Yeah.
We don't see a lot of these other teams. Like we see like all the Big 10, Pac-12, like all these other teams, but we don't see the smaller schools all the time.
You don't.
Just give State a chance.
University of
Oh,
Northern
Iowa,
Iowa. let's
Iowa
go.
I'm actually
State
gonna
has a
look forward to them.
fantastic
Hey, I
chance
graduated
this
from
year.
there.
I know they're doing very well.
Like Iowa State, that second
That's
game of the
gonna
year
be a
is going to
really-
be like
really good game.
actually a tone setter for the entire nation.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Like
But-
if Iowa wins that one, Iowa's now on the
Go
fast
Hawks.
track.
Go Hawks. But
If Iowa State wins that one, they're still not on the fast track
They have to get through Oklahoma.
Dude,
Oklahoma
they-
looks good this year.
because they're Iowa State.
the Big 12 is stacked this year. kind of.
It's Oklahoma, Iowa State, and then that's about it.
Oklahoma State's pretty good.
Yeah.
Kansas State's always that weird dark.
I was going to
horse that
say,
comes out
if you say
nowhere.
Kansas, get out of here.
No. I would
Kansas
love it
is
if it's
bad.
Kansas. Kansas was actually good one year, man.
Yeah,
2011.
they finished like 500.
2011, man.
Oh, yeah, they
you ever
weren't
looked
bad
at
that
that one? They almost went into the national championship. But anyways, that's another topic.
Yeah. But
No, I just thought you just expand the playoffs more. It's because, as Urban Meyer said, like you get the top four, the rich are just getting richer, and the poorer schools are just getting poorer because they get all the big recruits.
Well, now
Well,
they can pay players now, too.
schools cannot pay players. That's still frowned upon. What basically they said, there's been new rules passed for college athletes, for those that don't know. Name, image, and likeness is what it is. So, like, we'll just say Dan here. Say Dan's a college football player.
I'm actually in the NFL.
Yes, but back in his college football days, because that's when he played, Dan really couldn't do anything really of on his own because
play.
Dan
the
couldn't do
Giants.
anything on his own.
well, no, because
2021.
it was
You don't need to
considered
tell me what I already
improper.
know, man. Gosh.
It was considered improper benefits. So like Dan couldn't host a football camp where he would teach high schoolers or middle schoolers how to football, we'll say. But now they
Teach them how
now
to
they can
not
go do that.
football.
So like say there's a college player, like there's been
actually
college
good
players
at
that come
football.
from here in Spirit Lake. They can now come back and host a camp and actually get paid for that. Now they could host autograph signings and actually make money off themselves.
Speaking of autograph signings, we should have one at some point. They'd sell for millions.
So we should just cut college football and
Give
just
it to
put
random
it in
viewers.
a semi-pro league and then just get drafted that way.
Us or them?
Them.
No, but yeah, basically now they can get paid, but schools still can't pay. Like they're not saying, hey, if you come here, you're getting $500,000.
Well,
That's still
that's still
that's always
well.
happened. But
Reggie Bush.
his was perfectly fine. He got paid for autographs. I think they should restore his Heisman.
They definitely should. That's
Yeah.
bull crap.
Like if people want to pay you for their autograph, they should be able to. And I think now they can actually get jobs. Before, like if you were a college athlete, you couldn't get a part-time job.
That's true. I didn't even remember. I forgot about that.
Well, there was a kid from Vanderbilt. Was he like having a YouTube channel and was actually making money off of it? And they said, "Yeah, we got to pull your scholarship now."
Yeah, the punter for Vanderbilt was making had a good YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And they said, hey, you either got to shut down that YouTube channel or
Lose your scholarship.
Use your scholarship. And he has made bank on YouTube right now.
Yeah. Well, what about, and this is not college, I guess, but would that be a similar issue with what the WWE is doing with their people trying to stream on Twitch? Because I know they were telling them, hey, if you stream on Twitch, we're not letting you wrestle in WWE.
That was the fact that they're independent contractors. It's a very shady thing to do.
It's stupid.
But I mean, like that's more like they can do what they want. That's not a kosher thing to do. But I mean, like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they've lightened up on it quite a bit though, because
Yeah,
they've got
I just-
backlash.
Well, I remember you telling me about that one day.
It's probably John actually. I don't remember talking with you about it.
Okay, it must have been John. It was one of you two. I know that because you're the only two that I know that actually
Kind of.
pay attention to that and follow it.
Mm.
But no, that's ridiculous, man. Like, just let these players have YouTube and Twitch, and
There's lots of dumb
I mean,
rules.
they're letting them now, I
Stupid
guess.
rules.
Or
in
the
college, stuff
worst
like
one that I had, or I saw, there was a basketball player for Virginia. He was a senior, and he was getting married, like right after the season. Like
I remember hearing
basketball
this.
season got done. He was getting married that summer, and obviously wedding prep, you have to get ready months in advance.
Yep.
But his fiance, soon-to-be wife, couldn't include his name on the wedding registry.
Oh yeah, because he'd be receiving things
Yep.
as gifts, and so he couldn't do that.
And that those would be
Yeah.
considered impermissible benefits.
That's stupid.
Because someone might look it up and be like, "Oh, I like that guy playing basketball. I'm going to gift him things."
Yep.
Okay, cool.
It's the
Let him.
dumbest thing, man. It's the dumbest thing.
I think that rule got changed though. But
It
yeah.
did. That was part of this. I think that they switched it up. Also, I like how we started talking about
No, that's fine.
like
I
the
like how-
college
Rabbit holes are
playoff,
fun.
and now we're talking about
Rabbit
them
holes
getting
are
paid,
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, someone wants you to. No, they wanted me to mute your mics. What I was talking about. Because Nick and I were having a conversation, and
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
eh,
That's fine. But
It
no,
happens.
no, I think that they need to just stop playing around with this 4-team
Oh, yeah.
stuff and try to open it up more. Because
Well,
Cincinnati
It's
could
garbage.
have upsetted somebody last year.
but they still lost to Georgia when they actually played them.
But then again, Cincinnati was mad because they didn't get ranked higher. or something like
Everyone's
that.
always mad when they
But
don't
anyways,
get something.
But anyways, Bama's just going to win every year, which it's Bama.
Actually, Bama's not
It's
that
gonna
high
be
this year.
garbage.
I mean,
Whatever. They're good. Everybody.
I feel like people say that about them every year, and they always end up being like super high up. It's always like, oh yeah, Bama's not gonna do as good this year because they lost to this player, but then they always end up.
They're
winning
always
anyways.
1-2.
Let's see Iowa and Iowa State both make the playoff this year.
Or just Iowa.
Or just
because-
Iowa State.
Honestly, I'm kind of
Sandwich.
rooting for the
Garbage. Joke artist.
Cyhawks.
Way to make just the middle statement.
No,
Hi,
I'm hoping that
Jordan.
they
How
do
you
really
doing?
good.
Jordan or Weston, Iowa or Iowa State?
For what?
Just say it.
You're supposed to
Iowa State.
I know what you
Iowa
want to
State.
say.
He wants to say you and I.
He does.
The University of Northern Iowa, where I graduated.
Yeah.
No.
Sponsor.
Yeah, we're gonna get sponsored by a college.
Heck
Wait,
yes,
for
I'm
no
on
person.
light
Here,
mode just
Here,
to piss you
we'll,
off.
We'll go through this. Would you say your favorite team of the three is Iowa, Nick?
Yes.
Okay, Jordan, Iowa. Me, Iowa. Okay, let's go through our college alma maters. Weston, where'd you graduate from?
The University of Northern Iowa.
Dan?
Iowa Lakes.
But no, you actually went to Iowa State, though.
I did.
The
Yes,
problem
I
is all
graduated.
us Iowa fans didn't go to Iowa, and that is the story of Iowa fans to a T.
Yeah.
But if
They're D-bags.
but like
Yeah?
I like to follow you and I in football because
Oh, yeah.
like I know a couple players on that team and they're a pretty good football team.
Jordan, where'd you graduate college?
I didn't.
Oh,
I went for one semester and quit because I hated it.
it's okay.
It was not for me.
Hey,
That's
now you got
okay.
a good job now. So
I got
worked
it. Yeah,
out. It all worked
it
out
all
in
worked
the
out.
end.
Between Twitch streaming and the video editing stuff, we're set. 10 out of 10. I like Tim's just flexing the rip.
It's
Tim.
also very hot in here, I'm realizing. So
What's the
It's
temperature
very
now?
hot.
I'll just
It's
leave the room,
78.
guys. I'll
78?
just leave
Yeah.
the room.
See, I feel bad for Dan. He's sitting next to.
What was
You're
that,
not hot
Tim?
anymore.
No, just my inner thigh is cold now.
That way.
Okay, should we move on to the next
Yes.
topic?
Who's even left?
Dan.
Dan?
There you go.
Okay.
I drew what you told me to draw.
Dan drew some G Fuel. Weston drew some G Fuel
Whoa.
shakers.
Whoa.
Dan,
Whoa.
I'm not that level of skill. I'm
Whoa.
sorry. I suck.
he drew the shakers I told him to draw. That's actually better than anything I could do.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the same level as my masterpiece.
Well, that's why yours is framed.
That's why yours is framed and mine's just on the edge of the table to be burned later.
Yes. All right. Shall we move on?
Yes.